a girl, born as Norma Jeane Mortensen, in a tiny hospital room in Los Angeles, California. She had no idea she'd become the world's biggest icon, nor that her life would end as tragically as a Greek heroine. This is the untold, heartbreaking yet inspiring story of Marilyn Monroe. The woman behind the legend Norma Jeane's childhood was marked by shadows. Her mother, Gladys, struggled with severe mental illness, and her father was completely absent. Norma Jeane spent her early years moving from one foster home to another, always wishing for a family that never came. At just 8 years old, she was sent to an orphanage. She felt unloved, unwanted, invisible. But deep inside, there was a spark, a belief that maybe, just maybe, she could be something more. At age 16, to avoid being sent back to an orphanage, Norma Jeane married James Dougherty, a factory worker. It wasn't a marriage built on love, but on survival. Yet, it opened a new chapter. During World War II, she worked in a munitions factory. One day, an army photographer took her picture. That single photo changed everything. Norma Jeane's photos caught Hollywood's attention. Soon, she dyed her brown hair platinum blonde and took a new name, Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn sounded glamorous. Monroe was her mother's maiden name. Her early roles were small, but Hollywood couldn't ignore her beauty, charm, and an innocence that felt both childlike and captivating. By the early 1950s, she became the ultimate blonde bombshell. Films like Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, How to Marry a Millionaire, and The 7-Year Itch turned her into a global superstar. But behind the camera, Marilyn struggled. She felt trapped in the very image that made her famous. She famously said, "A sex symbol becomes a thing. I hate to be a thing." Marilyn wanted to be taken seriously. In 1955, she left Hollywood for New York to study acting at the prestigious Actors Studio under Lee Strasberg. She even founded her own production company, a bold move for a woman at that time. Marilyn married two of America's most powerful men, baseball legend Joe DiMaggio and playwright Arthur Miller. Joe adored her, but couldn't accept the world seeing her as a sex symbol. Arthur loved her mind, but couldn't save her from her deepest insecurities. Both marriages ended in divorce, leaving Marilyn lonelier than before. Despite her fame, Marilyn battled severe anxiety and depression. Insomnia haunted her nights. Prescription pills became her escape. The press saw her as fragile and unpredictable, showing up late to film sets, sometimes not at all. But those close to her saw something else, a sensitive soul, desperate to be loved, and endlessly kind to strangers. In 1962, Marilyn was fired from Something's Got to Give due to repeated absences. She posed for a now iconic nude photo shoot for Vogue, as if to reclaim her image one last time. Then, on August 5, 1962, Marilyn Monroe was found dead in her Los Angeles home. She was only 36. The official cause, overdose of barbiturates, likely suicide. But conspiracy theories swirled. Hollywood cover-ups, political scandals, mafia involvement. The truth may never be fully known. Though Marilyn's life was heartbreakingly short, her legacy is eternal. Her image, the platinum hair, the beauty mark, the radiant smile, still inspires artists, singers, and fashion designers. She became a symbol of Hollywood's golden age and a warning of its darkest side. Behind that glamorous image was a woman, intelligent, vulnerable, determined to define herself in a world that refused to see beyond her beauty. As Marilyn once said, "Imperfection is beauty, madness is genius, and it's better to be absolutely ridiculous than absolutely boring." Slow, nostalgic piano music, fade in iconic clips and photos of Marilyn smiling, walking on red carpets, reading books, and laughing. Marilyn Monroe wasn't just a movie star. She was a dreamer, a fighter, and ultimately, a tragic reminder that even the brightest stars burn out too soon. Yet in burning out, they light the sky for generations to come. If this story moved you, like, share, and subscribe. And tell us in the comments, Which part of Marilyn's story touched your heart the most?